Hello, I'm Jamie.
Hello, I'm Mark, and it's time for another episode of Through the Garden Gate. It's Tuesday night, it's 7:30, Dash is barking. It's time for another episode of Through the Garden Gate. Now, I know Jamie's been at the pub because he's posted a picture of his empty beer glass. So, let's hope he's back in time.
Exactly, empty beer glass, and that was at about 7:15.
That was a while ago. You had an early session today.
I did, yeah. It wasn't a session; it was 1 pint, Mark, just to get me through the stresses of the day. Where's the main man?
Swimming.
Hey, Joe. Where's George?
Swimming.
Swimming.
Yeah, second ever swimming lesson tonight.
Oh, fantastic!
So it's a one-to-one session, special disability swimming lesson, because obviously he doesn't have the full use of his right arm, so
Right.
trying to swim is quite a challenge.
I bet.
So yeah, he's got a one-to-one in a private swimming pool that you can hire out for like an hour or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they do
Oh,
like
that's good.
swimming at school in this school year, so we wanted to get him like ahead of the curve, so he didn't feel like left out or anything.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, good on him. Good on him. Well, I'll let him off then. He's doing something.
So
He's doing something constructive.
he'll be able to swim eventually. It'll be a struggle for him, but I think not only will it teach him to swim, it's also good physio for that arm as well. Because he's constantly doing physio to try and use that arm more. So swimming is a really good physio activity. So
swimming's the best physio for everything, isn't it?
Yeah, because it takes all the weight off it.
That's hard work, though. I can remember. I know it's not gardening, but a few years back we had a lovely holiday to the Maldives, and we wanted to go scuba diving. So we said, we're going to learn before we go. So we didn't have to do all the lessons when we get there, so we could just go out and do it. And we went to our local pool where they'd done the scuba diving lessons. They said, all right, so everybody's got to be able to do 200 metres, which is 8 lengths of the pool. I went, oh, easy. I remember doing a mile when I was 12. I did a mile. On about the 6th or 7th length, my legs were dragging along the bottom. Oh, my God, it's so hard. But when you don't actually swim, when you go on holidays, or you just play around with the kids, or you just, muck about, do half a length. But when you're actually swimming, that's such hard work.
Yeah. I don't even remember the last time I went swimming. So
you don't.
Other than with George.
That's the bit I went swimming properly.
Yeah.
That time a few years back, that was the first time in, God no, 20 years probably, for properly swimming. Yeah, it's hard work. It's good. Obviously good for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Steph said he's back. He's shattered and watching some telly. Oh, good boy. Good boy, George. Good boy.
Probably wanting more food now.
Of course he does. I thought he was going to tell us about the pallet project that he did the other day.
Well, it's in the background, look.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I'll have to put a warning on the reel that it may contain pallets.
This one hasn't gone as crazy as the last one. Look at that, pallet shelves. Beautiful. Very, very good.
And then tools on that side.
Tools there, tomatoes. Fantastic. Might have to make one for when I make my new shed behind the polytunnels.
I've already had my mum asking for one, so making another one this weekend.
Easy though, isn't it?
Yeah, real. I mean, you just don't. I've always seen them used, and they're always screwed to the wall of a shed.
Yeah.
So I thought, I want one down here that is freestanding, so I can have it in the polytunnel. So I thought, just chuck the feet on it, and it worked. So
perfect, isn't it? Absolutely perfect.
Have you noticed the fact that it's not dark?
I can see a lamp in the background.
I'm in the polytunnel, and it's not dark.
I can see a lamp.
This is more for effect, because if you turn this off, look, it's still light.
What have you got in then? Show us what you've done. You rigged some dodgy electrics up.
Oh, 150 metres down the garden? That's a long extension cable. So, go upwards. Oh.
Is that a battery tilly lamp or something?
So that is a Ryobi 1 lantern, camping lantern.
Yeah.
So it works off drill battery. Yeah. And it's also got a charging port on it, so if my phone goes dead, I can plug my phone in as well.
Brilliant, isn't it? Excellent.
I was like, I wonder how bright that's going to be, and it's mega bright. It's awesome.
Perfect.
Like daylight.
Your mum's now going into the quiz.
Bye then.
See ya.
Good luck. Are we phone your friend? Pop on.
Yeah, that'll do. That'd be cool. So, no guests tonight.
No, just us.
We're gonna we'll watch the followers, the watchers go down. So it's just me and you. No, I like a little chat now and again about I know every week we have a little bit of a chat, say what you've actually done this last couple of days, but it's nice to have a chat, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we tend to rush through a chat so that we can get the guest in. So we don't like people sat waiting. So, And I was trying to think when the last time we did a chat was. It's quite a while.
It's been a while. I can't think when it was.
It must have been March or something like that. Quite a while ago.
Yeah, long time ago. Long time ago. So, what have you been doing?
What have I been doing? What day are we on today?
Tuesday. The last was it? It's last Tuesday. No, it wasn't last. When did I come to you? Wednesday.
Last Wednesday.
Thursday. Oh, I can't remember. Wednesday. Yeah.
So that's nearly a week ago.
I know. So quick, isn't it?
Where's that week gone?
So you've sorted all the meadows out.
So we have collected the main meadow, scarified all of it, and then cut most of it again. I've got one section left to do, and then we've collected the other meadow on the other side of the drive, opposite the main meadow, and that needs scarifying, but the weather's been miserable, so we haven't been doing that. Today we did some hedge cutting in the courtyard. We got the 2 yew hedges either side of the gate when you first come into the courtyard cut, and I think that was about it. Took up a full day and did a bit of tidying up in the courtyard, deadheading and stuff for coming home. The tree surgeon's been there again, cutting some more of the hedges.
Oh, has she? Is it all good?
Yeah, getting there. I mean, she only does short days because she's got a daughter, so she drops her daughter off at school and then comes over, does a bit, and then goes, to pick her up from school. So she only does 5 or 6 hours in the day.
Yeah.
But she's when she's there, she's full on working hard.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's all that matters, isn't it?
So it's getting done slowly, but it's it's getting done, and she's local, which is nice to be using a local person.
So I had a busy day on Sunday. Oh my goodness!
What did you do on Sunday?
My meadow. Oh my god!
Yeah. You did it with a scythe, you crazy fool.
It's not a scythe. It's not a scythe. Joe told me it's a sickle.
I was going to say it's a sickle.
I didn't know that. And now she said, of course, yes. Sickle's a handheld one. The scythe's the one with your 2 hands. But yeah, I found that sickle in a job I was doing ages ago. It was unfortunately the old man had died, and we were ripping the house apart and emptying it, and it was down his garden. So I thought I'll keep that. And I one day put a handle on it, so I put a handle on it, sharpened it up, and used it. It was brilliant.
Evening, Dan.
Hey, Dan. Yeah, it was really good. Hard work. Again, when you don't do things like that all the time. Oh, my goodness, such hard work.
Did you have to keep sharpening it, or did it go
I
the whole?
did keep. No, I don't know whether it was sharp enough, to be honest, but I did keep sharp. I had my little sharpening stone with me, and I kept trying to put an edge on it. But it's real hard steel, so I don't think my stone was doing a lot with it.
No, you need like one of those Dremel things with you to just over it
Yeah,
every now.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, not too bad, Dan. Thank you. We're just talking about wild flower meadows. I cut mine down the other day with a sickle, and I thought it was good because, like Joe said in a comment the other day, every time you hit it, cause it's a clatter as well. The seeds are just going psh, out of all the seed pods, so that's just a perfect way of spreading your seed.
Yep. Good evening, Linda.
Linda's in,
Wonderful Linda.
and I also got after I finished, I got a big bit of black plastic out, and I got not all of the seed heads, but I got loads of them, and just rubbed and just you could hear them all falling. And I've got a bowl full of seeds as well.
So you can chuck that about.
So I'll chuck that about as well, and I wanted to do. Wow, look at that, half an acre.
Stunning.
Yeah, half an acre of. Even my little 10 by 4 meters one was beautiful. I just love wild flower meadows. Absolutely love them. Really, really nice.
Every little helps. If everybody could have a little patch in their garden,
Exactly.
it would make a difference.
Yeah.
Considering.
So I chopped it all down, and then I mowed it, and I raked it and raked it and mowed it and raked it, and it's back to not bare soil, but it's back to what it would be. And I'm quite surprised the little amount of grass that was in there, which is good.
Perfect.
Yeah. So the cardboard earlier in the year done its job. Jamie was rubbing his seed out on the black plastic sheet. Need to be careful. Yes, I know.
I was waiting for somebody to comment.
Oh no, yeah. I said something about sowing my seed everywhere. But that was a good job done. So I'm going to get some yellow rattle in there in the next couple of weeks. I did hear. I spoke to somebody about it, and they said yellow rattle has to be very fresh. There's no point using last year's. It's got to be what's being harvested now.
Yeah.
You've got to use this year's. So I'm going to see if I can get some just to keep that down.
And as local as possible as well.
Yeah. Carry on the wildflower.
Double
Yeah, so that was my main thing I done at the weekend, and it was hard work, but it was good. I like it. I like doing a bit of.
Well, it makes you feel. I don't know, like it was refreshing. I was talking to Chris today because I've been using the battery hedge cutter rather than the petrol one whilst we've been doing the hedges and stuff. And I said it's so much nicer cutting a hedge without getting blasted with petrol fumes.
Yes.
Because you can actually smell the aroma coming off the hedge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All the oils and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas when you petrol, it's just all you can smell is two-stroke oil.
Of course it is, yeah.
You just think of it. But then, at
Dad.
the end of the day, it's, you go home not smelling of petrol, which is nice.
Exactly, yeah. And lighter, a lot lighter, so you can keep going longer.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
so
quieter.
much easier. And you're not having to, I know you're having to change the batteries, but you're not having to fill up, which again, if you spill anywhere, you make a mess.
Yeah, the battery power things have come on so much now these days. They're definitely worth it. Anybody who's thinking of buying new petrol tools, just have a look at some of these new battery ones because they're brilliant.
Especially for home use. I mean, if you're a professional, then, maybe you do still have to use petrol. But, for everyday use in your own garden, I don't think you need petrol anymore.
No, definitely not. What's this? Yellow rattle is an amazing plant. Jamie, check out Joe Wild.
Well, that sounds interesting.
I will do, Jenny. Thank you. Brilliant. Yeah, I'll have a look because I definitely want to get some fresh stuff. But yeah, saying that, I know somebody who is a gardener, and he's completely battery. Everything he's got is battery. They are the still ones, so you know they're good quality. But once you've invested in it, I suppose they're brilliant. That's it.
I think
Done.
all the RHS gardens have changed over to battery now. Whenever I've
They
been there,
have.
I've seen them hedge cutting. They're all on, backpack batteries and all the rest of it. So
Yeah.
it is doable.
Yeah.
But I guess
Yeah.
if you're a jobbing gardener, it'd be harder because you'd have to have some way of charging your batteries on the go,
Yes.
or have lots and lots of batteries.
Or you can come and see me, and I'll fit an inverter into your van.
Yeah,
That's easy enough done.
Mr. Electrician could sort that out. Yeah, Joe's other half swears by his electric hedge trimmer.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that's what I want next. I want a hedge trimmer and a blower like you've got, Mark. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. That's all I've done in the garden, really, to be honest. I ain't done a lot else. There's not much to do in the veg plot.
Slowing down a bit now.
Just harvesting, still picking loads of tomatoes. I know, what was it, only probably 2 or 3 weeks ago we were moaning about them, but they're going, they're happening.
Yeah,
I see so many people picking green ones, and I think, I'm still leaving mine.
Well, unless you get blight, I'd
Yeah.
just leave them all on the plants. I am debating whether to take the leaves off of mine now to try and increase the amount of sunlight getting in.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, do I then get blight everywhere because I've chopped all the leaves off and left over wounds? So
I chopped 95% of my leaves off about 3 weeks ago, and it looks like a jungle again. They grow, still growing so fast. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Jenny, how you guys grown any seeds? Sown any seeds? Yeah, so I've sown, well, not this week, but I've sown, oh, yes, I have. I've sown my salad onions, my spring onions. Ooh, finally. I got my packet of spring onions and got them. I've sown them into cells, but maybe 5 or 6 in each cell, so they'll grow like a bunch in each one.
I planted I think it was Simply Seeds last lot. We had some onion seeds in that packet.
Tough ball.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that. And I planted them out the other day.
My tough ball are about 6 inches long, but they're all floppy now, so I'm not giving them a haircut.
Still ripening up. My first ananas is starting to turn, Joe.
I've had an ananas off already.
Have you?
I've got two more, and they're now both turning as well. So they're good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fruit on one plant. There must be a couple on the other one as well.
Yeah.
I haven't had any off it yet.
So
Seems very stubborn to turn.
I've sown quite a bit the last few weeks. Lots of different, like Chinese leaves and mitsunas and pak choys and things like that.
Yeah.
But they're all still in little trays. They're quite big. They're big now, ready to go out.
Yeah.
But I want to keep them in because I'm going to take them on Sunday because I've got a thing happening on Sunday in Swaffham.
Cooking.
So I want. Oh no, it's not cooking this year. It's just more like a harvest festival. I'm having a stall. I've got to do a big old harvest and take it all down there just to show people what you can and how you can type thing.
Yeah, that'll be good.
What does you think, Jamie? Oh, I didn't read it properly, Joe. Sorry, I'm a bit dyslexic.
What do you think to your ananas?
Oh, it was lovely. Yeah, it was. I didn't taste any pineapple, to be honest. But whether it's supposed to taste pineapple,
I don't know. I've not had one.
yeah. No, yeah, it tastes lovely. It tastes really nice. I love all my tomatoes. Absolutely love all of them. They're really nice.
I had a nearly 500-gram beefsteak tomato off the plant the other day.
Wow.
It's an absolute beast.
That's big. Jenny says we've had 2 frosts and my outdoor tomatoes are still going strong. No protection. Amazed they are still so happy, and it was a proper frost. Unbelievable. Wow. That's unbelievable because you normally think that as soon as they get a little bit of frost. That's it. Dropped.
Well, Jenny's in Lincolnshire somewhere. Are you further north than me, Jenny?
Oh, Joe said they're not supposed to taste like pineapple.
Oh, are they not?
Oh, do they look like? They just look like pineapple. Oh, but they were lovely, Joe. Really nice. Yes, it, Linda. Get in that greenhouse. That's the thing. I've started hearing lots of people saying, "Oh, put the garden to bed. Put the garden to bed." But there's still so much you can do. If you've got a greenhouse as well, you can grow anything. There's loads of things.
I mean, you can bring like I've got chard and stuff like that in pots that I can bring inside, and I've done all my potatoes that were in the last Simply Seed thing as well, and they're just starting to come up.
Yeah,
and I'll just drag them into the polytunnel just to give them a bit of protection.
Last year I had loads in the polytunnel. I was growing carrots through the winter as well. They weren't massive. They're really like little baby carrots, but they were lovely. Just to keep it above freezing.
Well, Jenny's Rutland, so she's further down than me.
Joe's got baby salad sown on the windowsill. Exactly. You can grow salad. Majority of salad can take loads of frost.
Yeah.
Loads of salad can take loads of frost. That's sit outside. I'm going to put all mine out as soon as after Sunday. I'm putting it all out. It's going to go out in the garden because I can't put anything else in the greenhouse because I've got to rip it all apart when the tomatoes are gone.
Yeah.
Because I put my new ones up.
See, I planted some.
Exactly. Yeah.
I planted some squash in the polytunnel, in with my tomatoes to see whether they'd survive a bit longer when it starts to get really cold. I mean, they haven't got any fruit on them, so they probably won't be any good. But barely any of my bloody squash has got any fruit on it, even the stuff outside.
Mine are brilliant. They've really, they've got such a difference. They've all done really well, all of them. I must have. Well, you've seen them, probably 14 different varieties, and they've all done so well.
Yeah, my wife was admiring your warty earlier.
It's fantastic, isn't it? It's huge.
Beast.
It is.
How that's a pulled blooming arch back down.
I know.
That must weigh a ton.
I'm going to have all that. Well, lots of off, one of each for Sunday, so I can take them on Sunday just to show people what's what.
I do actually have a squash on my squash arch now. It's about this big. I think it's one of the
variety is it?
Baby Boo or something like that. I think so. I might get one tiny little pumpkin this year.
Yeah.
And one of the warty ones is actually going as well. It's really little, but I think we're about 2 weeks behind you here. So as long as we don't get really cold weather, I think I might get a few.
Yeah.
Because all of my squash are still like really green. They haven't started turning or anything yet.
Majority of mine, all the stalks are starting to crack, so I think they're all ready to come off, really.
Yeah, whereas mine looked like when I came to your house, like really big.
That was a month ago, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My loofah's covered in flowers now.
Oh, my loofah's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish.
You'll actually be able to see it tonight. Let me turn you around.
Cucumbers are doing well. I'm having so many good cucumbers. They're fantastic. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Huge.
Brilliant.
So whether or not any of them pollinate.
Have you seen Julia's? Been following Julia's stories?
I saw one the other day, yeah.
But she's been doing a loofah update just about every day, and that's growing about at least
growing
a
quite
centimetre a day.
Yeah. I saw one the other day where she'd put 2 pictures.
Yeah. She
with
put
a
finger up against it. You can see it grow. Yeah, bigger than a finger. It's brilliant. Lovely. So you wanted to talk about preserving.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of people sort of. It's getting to that time now where you're thinking, I want to try and get through the winter with as much produce as possible.
And normally I have a massive glut of tomatoes, and I haven't got that this year. But I have managed to do some. I've done some tomato sauce last week, which is brilliant, and froze that in bags.
Yeah, which is always a good one.
Brilliant, perfect for pastas and God knows what. And I've done lots of beetroot pickling, but that's about it. I haven't really gone much further than that.
Yeah, I mean, the most I tend to do is, I do a lot of jams. That's my one thing that I started doing last year
Yeah.
for the first time, and that works really well. So I'm pretty self-sufficient for jam now. But yeah, just how rubbish my veg garden's been this year. I've barely had anything to harvest, let alone to
So
preserve.
when you say jam, do you mean the normal like strawberry jam, raspberry jam
Yeah,
type thing?
yeah, and I've done some chutneys before. But you were saying about beans and stuff. You're going to dry lots of beans this year.
I've left like normal. I go nuts, and I've got probably about 8 different types of beans on in the plot, wigwams. But I haven't been able to. Thanks, Linda. See you later. I haven't been able to eat them, and I've let them go. So I've decided to let them go
Yeah,
and use the beans. So they're all lots of them. There's still some green ones, but still there's lots of the brown pods now.
yeah,
So I'm gonna have them as beans. Because last year I had the only dried beans I had were the blotty ones,
yeah.
which I think you have to dry. You have to have dry ones. But this time I'm just gonna dry everything. Exactly. Yeah, Jenny said drying beans. Brilliant. In soups and stews and things, they're fantastic.
How do you dry beans then? I assume you have to wash them first,
Just leave them on the in the pods on the plants.
and then take them off and put them in a jar or something.
That's it. Yeah. Once they're dry, they're dry.
All right, so you
But
don't.
they have to be really dry because if not, they'll go
Yeah.
mouldy.
See, I I
Passata.
I did a load of runner beans last year and put them in a kilner jar, and they all went mouldy. So they obviously weren't dry enough.
Well, so you take the beans out of the
Yeah,
pods. Yeah.
I think they needed to have been like completely dried out before putting them in the jar.
Oh yeah, definitely. My Belotti beans last year when I podded them, I left them in an open bowl for a while.
Yeah,
I didn't close them in a jar. I left them in a big like cereal bowl
yeah.
thing, and I guess that helped them dry out a bit as well. And then I put them in a kilner jar, and just every time Teresa makes a cassoulet, which is like a sausage stew, really, I suppose, and she
Yeah.
just put a handful of them in. They're beautiful.
I think I've probably got about 8 Belotti pods on my 2 plants. I won't fill much of a jar with it.
Joe says passata. Yeah, that's kind of what I made the other day, I suppose. But it was a roasted tomato passata, pickled cucumber. What's that? Pickled Dower House chutney. What's that? Plum and bramble jam. I need to make my mincemeat for next year. Wow.
With apples.
I shell mine and leave them on a baking tray for a few days. Exactly. That's probably same as me, just putting them in the bowl and leaving them out so they can still get the air to them.
And last year you did sun-dried tomatoes, didn't you, as well?
And I jarred them, so you just dried them in the oven. I didn't have because I've got an air fryer now, and that's got one of them got
Dehumidifier.
a D whatever it is setting on it,
Yeah.
right down. But I done them in the oven at the lowest setting. It's probably about 40 degrees overnight. They were lovely, absolutely just delicious. I put them in olive oil in a jar. I think I still got some. But also last year I done. Can you remember the cucumber pickle?
Oh, yeah.
That was absolutely delicious. Dower House is apple and plum.
And tomato.
Oh, so yeah, Joe's got some of the tomatoes and oil in the fridge as well. Brilliant.
See, I didn't have very many small tomatoes last year. So I think when I tried to do them, the ones I had were too big. So they did. I think I probably needed to have had them in the oven for longer. I don't think they were quite.
I think mine were
Right.
all the plum
Yeah,
ones, so they were like that, but they do shrink right down.
yeah,
They're almost like jelly beans. Oh,
yeah.
it's so nice. Really, really nice. Like dried apricots. You know, we get a dried apricot and they're dry, but they're still squidgy inside. Absolutely delicious.
Yeah, you want them little ones. So,
Yeah, like that. Yeah, definitely. Does anybody want to pop in with us and just tell us about what they're doing? Joe, Avril, Jenny?
See, Catherine was doing some canning the other day before she went away on holiday. She messaged me saying that.
I remember she said last year that she wanted a proper canning machine, and she was hoping to get one for Christmas, and she obviously did.
No, she's borrowed it from Diana.
Oh, has she? Oh, well, they are then. So she's trying it out to get one.
Good Life gardener. That's
yes,
labour. So yeah, she let her borrow hers. So she's done a load of canning over the. I think because she's away this week, isn't she?
She's been away for
a
fortnight. Yeah.
In my favourite, one of our favourite places where we got married.
Jenny, come in and tell us about this tomato fag, whatever that is. Jenny, you going to come in, tell us about this? Send her a request. No.
I'm just eating my tomatoes now.
Can she come in?
No, she says she's in her pyjamas another week.
Well, so the other thing is, obviously, you can do is fermenting.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to Charles Dowding's, Gaz Oakley was there, and he done fermenting, and some of the stuff that he brought and he made was, oh my God, just the best tasting thing in the world. I know it sounds a bit all modern and that, but that umami, the umami taste,
which is mushroom.
It's mushroom savoury type. It's just phenomenal. And he was handing these ones he'd obviously done previously around, and it's just delicious. And that's what I want to do.
So fermenting's like kombuchas and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Which
is like an old-fashioned thing that we've all just forgot how to do.
Very old-fashioned. Yeah. Years, but they've done that for forever, I suppose. Before they had fridges and God knows what. So, but I suppose sauerkraut, that's a fermented type thing. There's the cabbage, but he was taking it to a different level of putting so many different things in, and you can ferment anything. He was saying absolutely anything. Whatever you got, you can ferment it.
Yeah. And it's a safer way of doing it, isn't it? Because it's an actual process rather than you putting something in a can.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's fermented, it's changed into something else, which is how it's preserving it.
Yeah. I've got a fermenting kit from Kilner, so I'm going to have to do something with it. Avril, have you made sauerkraut, Avril? Because I want to do it, but there's so many different recipes. I want one that's a tried and tested one.
It's one of those things that you've got to do like over a day or something, isn't it? You've got to keep adding the sauerkraut. Yeah, Charlotte, Plants and Gin, she's an inspiration for all of the stuff she makes out of all of her produce.
It's just ridiculous what she makes.
And they're just, so self-sufficient in so many things.
Yeah.
It's what we all should be aiming for, I guess. It's just having the time and the space to do it as well. Because,
exactly.
I'd love to freeze more stuff, but we just haven't got the room for a chest freezer. Yeah. So we live in a small cottage, so... we've only got our main fridge freezer, which has only got 4 drawers in it.
I've got a chest freezer, and that's full as well. As soon as you get one, you fill them up.
There's stuff in the bottom that's about 6 years old.
I know, yeah. That's the difference. I have an hour in there and pull everything out from the bottom and throw it away. We have loads of room. Avril says, I used to hate it, but then I lived in the Black Forest, that's Germany, isn't it? Oh, wow. Hugh Richards' friend Sam has not long got a book out, fermenting. Oh, okay. Avril's never made it. Yeah, so that's a good thing. I want to do that. Get into fermenting. Pickling. I've done shallots last year. I've done loads of shallots. I've still got 3 jars in the cupboard. Beetroot. Yeah. That's the standard one, isn't it? Pickled beetroot.
Caramelised onions. That's another good one to jar up. Again, you need like a pantry to be able to put all of this stuff in once you've made it all.
Yeah.
Which nobody has anymore.
chutney is the ones, isn't it? Chutneys are the big ones.
Just add anything to-
Especially now, everybody's saying about the green tomatoes everywhere.
Yeah.
Green tomato chutney. But that's just your ingredients: vinegar, sugar. That's it, really. I suppose that's what you could add anything to it, spices and herbs. But that's the same thing. It's the vinegar that does. Yeah, kimchi as well. Yeah, that's the other thing that Gaz Oakley was talking about. Kimchi. It's supposed to be really good for your guts.
Yeah. Well, anything that's from your own garden is going to be better than rubbish that you buy from shops. That's for
Of course
sure.
it is. Tomato powder. No. I suppose, what's that? Just drying them out dry, and then just whizzing them up.
Put them up, I guess, yeah. I guess that'd be like sun drying them and then powdering them. Oh, let me in.
Oh, get her in.
Oh, here comes Joe.
Let me in.
Was the expert.
Has she been and took her pajamas off?
No, that was Jenny.
I know. I don't know if Joe might have had pajamas on as well.
Dude, Joe's been in hospital. That's a...
Hello. There we go.
No.
Hello. I can't see either of you.
Come
I can just see
Oh,
myself.
we can see you.
Yeah,
on,
you
in bed back.
have to forgive the dog rolls. But yes, we have jars of, you name it, sort of relative brown stuff.
What are they? Tell us. As you're picking them off.
Sweet pickle cucumber. That's a Riverford recipe. Fabulous one. That's tomato chili jam.
Oh, lovely.
That's for my nephew. Hang on. It says reaching in the back of the cupboard. I don't have a huge kitchen, huge pantry like you, Jamie, so I have to use the top of my cupboard. Last year's mincemeat. Old Dower House chutney.
So what was that? Just explain what that one is.
Old Dower House chutney. It's something I've made every year for the last 10 years and will always make. It's apple, plum, tomato. It's a Delia recipe.
Oh.
And it works an absolute treat. Apple, tomatoes, plums, raisin, sultanas, brown sugar, vinegar, and you just cook it until it goes all brown and sticky and lovely. And that's the one. Hang on. The big jar I just showed you is the last of last year's. That's this year's, and it's one I will always make. But Jamie, you know when you're canning properly, when you end up and your kitchen work surface has this. So, and the sun-dried tomatoes are, oh, hang on. I've also got pickled achoka, which is really nice. That pickles really well.
What is it?
Pickled achoka.
Ah.
I don't know what that is.
Hang on, bear with me.
That looked a bit fishy to me.
It's not even remotely fishy. It's really lovely stuff, but they are the weird little hedgehog things.
Hedgehog? What?
Let me go get one.
Joe, are you pickling hedgehogs? You know they're on an endangered list.
Chicken hedgehogs, so I'm pickling them. And there's the sun-dried tomatoes.
Yes. Oh God, aren't they the best things?
They are absolutely delicious. And I also have, I just randomly use every jar I can find. So Nando's Peri Peri sauce ones has strawberry and raspberry syrup.
Oh, lovely.
Everybody's ice cream needs to have something to live on.
Definitely.
So that's me. And the next thing on the recipe list will be tomorrow the Christmas cake.
Oh God, look at that. I've never grown these.
You've never grown them?
No.
Okay.
Seed.
That's
I've got seed. I've got loads of seed. It's on the windowsill.
Oh,
so
wow.
You're welcome to it.
Oh yeah, I'll have a crack.
Anyway,
Just eat it
I will
whole.
happily send you some seed.
Don't eat it like that, do you?
No, definitely not.
You can eat. I just forgot got one on the windowsill. Hang on. Did I pick any? I wasn't feeling very well. No, I haven't got any. But I have got peas.
Peas? I ain't had hardly any peas this year.
This is batch 4. These are the ones me and Steph both sowed Oregon sugar pod.
Yeah.
The same weekend, and they are fruiting.
Yeah.
And my sun-dried tomatoes are made with my black cherries, which I've had like 32 million of.
Yeah.
So, Mark, you are welcome to kick me out now.
Okay, thanks for coming in.
But I can't see you, and I'd rather see you both.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Joe.
Bye.
So I've just seen Nat come in, and Nat said, let's just go back here a bit, because my comments are working.
Something about pickling, didn't she?
Yeah.
I use pickling vinegar for beetroot. Cook the beetroot first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I boil my... Nat said also she's going to show us some preserving books. So, Nat, do you want to come in and show us your books?
And Jenny said dehydrated tomatoes keep the skins...
Dehydrated tomatoes. Keep skins, but seeds. Keep skins, but seeds. Ground. Oh, take the seeds out, I guess. Grind into a powder. Keeps forever. Oh,
can also be made from removed skin cooking the tomatoes. So that's almost like using another waste thing. Because if you were making passata, you wouldn't want the skins, would you? You'd take the skin off. Yeah. Niall would have loads of tomato skins lying around.
I bet you.
Or
I wonder what he does with all them. Him and Lance. I bet they must waste loads of it. Nat wants to come in, Mark. Do you mean you can't grow beetroot? Beetroot grows itself.
Who said they can't grow beetroot?
Joe.
What?
Did you see that one I harvested the other day? It's like that.
No.
It's the size of a bowling ball.
You sure want to turn it?
Hello.
Ah, you all right?
Not bad.
You got little into bed?
Well, he's going to bed at the minute. I don't know what I've missed. I caught Joe.
Just talking about preserving stuff, pickles,
the books
fermenting, kimchi.
I've got a few different ones, but this one's the more modern one. It's just called Preserving by Carol Wilson.
Okay.
And there's like a series of them. So there's like that one. There's home brewing.
Oh.
There's other ones like hen keeping and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah.
But I use the recipes out of this all the time. They're really like super simple to use, but they've got like really random recipes like parsley honey, which I have made and is nice. But yeah, they're like really simply laid out.
Tell us what you've actually done out of it then. It's worked well.
So parsley honey was a nice one. If you've got like if your parsley goes mental, then it's a good way to use it up.
Parsley honey.
Yeah,
I guess that's not using honey, is it? You're making the equivalent of honey.
Almost like a syrup.
Yeah.
A parsley syrup, but that's what they call it in here, parsley honey. The chutneys. So I just got green tomato chutney recipe, and that one's a great one.
That's the one everybody wants in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, especially.
They're a blighted tomato recipe.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's got to be somewhere. The piccalilli one is good in this.
Oh, God, I love a good piccalilli.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, I love
but my husband does.
One. I don't like if you buy one from supermarket, but I know somebody who makes one and it's lovely.
Yeah,
because it's
always better homemade.
Big chunky bits of vegetables.
What was the other one in here that I always use? The jams and the apple and blackberry jam.
Oh, nice.
Is one that is a regular.
Oh, that is right on now, isn't it? Blackberries are out. Apples are out.
Perfect. And they've actually got in the back of this, it's separated into like autumn, winter, spring, and summer.
Okay.
So you can just sort of think, oh well, I've got and it's all listed with the vegetables and the fruits, so that you can think, oh, I've got an abundance of, I don't know, beans or whatever,
Yeah.
and just find some recipes like that. It's dead easy.
There's no point looking for blackberries in February.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes what I find, which annoys me, is they'll have, because I try and use whatever I can grow or find locally. I don't like buying in loads of stuff to make chutneys and jams and things.
Yeah.
So you find like a recipe and it'll have loads of lemons or something in it. And I'll think, well, that's not really what I want, because then I've got to go and buy lemons.
Yeah. When
actually I just want to make a runner bean chutney or something simple. That's quite a good book for that. But the other one is this ancient book called The Self-Sufficient Gardener by John Seymour.
Oh.
And it's like my Bible.
I bet that's amazing.
It is like, I don't know when it was written, 70s, something like that. It's very good life. Very much so. But it's got, I mean, some of it is off the time, obviously.
Yeah.
But in it, it's got all sorts, from like salting.
Oh, yeah.
And things that you wouldn't necessarily go straight for. And I've tried all sorts. I've tried the salting with beans, and it does work, but it just, obviously you have to use a lot of salt.
Yeah.
So it's whether it's worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying to find the pages on this. But yeah, there's loads of stuff about. There's a whole section on preserving garden produce in this. So if you can get a hold of a copy from, I don't know, like World of Books or something.
Yeah.
It's a really good one to, like, everything from like making your own solar powered drying system.
Oh my goodness.
And it tells you exactly how to make it and everything. It's so good.
Groovy Garden UK's making funnies. That book would put me in such a pickle.
Yeah, so this one, like I say, it's really good life. So you can make it out. It's like making things out of scraps, and
that's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't think you're allowed to feed your chickens scraps anymore, but
you're supposed to. No.
Right. It's all right. He's gone to bed.
Okay.
We're all right. Get the nod.
Do a list of books on the for this podcast, because there's been quite a few mentioned. Because Joe mentioned one by Mark Diacono as well.
If everybody set messages for the book name, you can put them on the list.
Put it all on the list.
But I tend to pick ones up from like the charity shop all the time, like random. This was one that I got for free the other day, which was homemade wines and drinks.
Woohoo!
I wonder what made you pick that up.
I wonder. Well, actually, the thing is, though, I don't drink, so.
Don't you?
No. So I'm going to have those. There's loads of like sparkling juices and stuff in here, which is why I bought it.
Has it got a sparkling elderflower in there? Because I must have tried it 5 times and it never bloody works.
Right. Doesn't it? I've done it before.
I can't make it work.
Really?
No.
Well, mine definitely worked, because when we went on holiday and we came back, one of the bottles had exploded.
Did it blow up?
Yeah. In the pantry.
Right, Nat. So that's a live we're going to do next year together.
Yeah.
We'll make some sparkling elderflower.
Yeah. I wonder if I haven't had a proper look through that bit on here, but I bet there is. It's got vegetable wines.
Yeah.
Beetroot wine, if you've got an abundance of beetroot.
Tons of the size of bowling balls at the minute.
Not sure that. Not sure how tasty that will be.
A bit earthy.
Yeah. It says it's like a port in here.
Oh, lovely.
Rather potent, it says.
Good with cheese. Cheese and chutney, hey Joe.
Cheese and chutney and beetroot wine.
Ooh,
that's a nice boy, isn't it?
That's good.
But
I've got the River Cottage book, Joe. That might be in there. I'll have to look.
Yeah, I think that's the recipe I used, the River Cottage one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to have a look. I've got a River Cottage couple of River Cottage books.
I'm pretty sure it is, because we've got one of the black lace, so we did the pink elderflower.
Oh yeah.
But like I say, it's pretty sticky to wipe off the ceiling of the pantry. Yeah.
Was it glass bottles?
Yeah, but I would
wow.
put the it never smashed. It obviously just not been on tight enough, and it just came off the top when we weren't here. Only one bottle, luckily.
Oh, that could have been worse. That could have been so much worse.
Wow.
I think there was like 10 bottles in there at the time.
That could have been horrendous. Was it really nice though? Did it taste lovely?
It did taste good, yeah. It tasted nice. We made a rhubarb and ginger wine one year.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, quite strong. We ended up using it like a liqueur because it was really syrupy and really strong. So maybe we won't do that again, but yeah, it was tasty. It's fair enough. But now I'm all about the cordials or the jams. I do chutneys. My husband eats them, but he's like the only person. So if you make a big batch of chutney, it's got like 10 jars to eat.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's a lot. So he's just kind of like, maybe hold off on the chutneys this year.
That's the thing. Teresa don't eat chutneys, and the kids definitely don't eat chutneys. So whenever I make anything like that, it's
just end up giving it away.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or it's still in the cupboard.
It's still in there now, yeah.
It'll last.
That's the thing. If it's sealed properly and it's all, there's no germs in there, no bugs in there, it's going to last, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
I always, whenever I do something like that, I'd boil the kettle and put it in the boiling water in the jars and make sure it goes in when it's boiling straight out of the pan, so there's no bugs in there.
No. Well, that's it. But anyway, that's my contribution. So you can kick me out now if you like.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
You can get a bit of book interest.
Make sure you message us with those names of them. I'm going to look for that old one.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you.
Right, see you later.
Bye. So we've had a couple of chatting.
Rose hip syrup. Well, I've got loads of rose hips on my wild roses, so I could make a rose hip syrup.
Pam the Jam. Who was I listening to the other day who had Pam the Jam on?
I heard Pam the Jam.
Pam the Jam. She was off River Cottage. She done all the pickling and jam making on River Cottage, but she was on a podcast the other day.
I think I missed River Cottage. That was my sort of teenage years when
you need to watch it right from the beginning, right? If you can get it. I think I've even got a DVD. I might send you it.
A what?
Of DVD, yes. We'll have to root through and find a DVD player. I'm sure George has got a games machine, an Xbox or something. You better put it in there. But before River Cottage, Hugh Fern Whittingstall was a cook on the wild side. Brilliant. And he drove around the country in an old converted Land Rover. And he pulled out the back. There was a kitchen at the back, and he used to sleep on a boat on the top. And it was absolutely amazing. I'll find that out, and you can watch that. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Love Hugh Fern Whittingstall. I've been down to River Cottage twice.
Hasn't he bought it back or something? Because he moved, didn't he?
I don't know.
I'm sure it went into disrepair or something. I'm sure I saw recently that he bought it back or something to try and bring it back to, because it was a right mess.
Oh, I don't think so. We only went there about 3 years ago, and that was beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if everybody can remember to cook on a wild side. It was fantastic. We used to wrap a fish up in foil and put it on the engine and things. It was brilliant.
Well, that sort of rings a bell. Maybe I have seen some of it.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I
don't remember River Cottage so much.
River Cottage was more of growing and cooking, but the cook on the wild side was where he started. Because he started off on cook on the wild side, and then he went to the first River Cottage, which was a small cottage, and then he moved to the big River Cottage, what is now.
Maybe that's what I mean. The original cottage.
Oh, the original. Oh, he might have then. Yeah, possibly he might have bought the original one. I haven't seen it, but that was a tiny little proper cottage.
Yeah.
I think that's what he rented that off the estate somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean. It fallen into disrepair or something. I think
probably. Yeah, was a real old little cottage in the woods. Oh, that might be it. Oh, I'm going to have a look at that. I used to love watching that. Brilliant. Any more? No marrow chutney. Oh, God, I've got marrows. How'd you make marrow chutney, Jenny? I've got 3 marrows out there now. Huge, about that round.
And I still haven't had a courgette.
I don't understand that.
They're about this.
Understand. Well, that's when you should be eating them. That's when they're the best.
Yeah, but they're the she grows veg ones, and they start out really long and really thin, and then it's fattening from the other end. So it's almost grown to the length, and now it's fattening up.
Oh.
Whereas usually they just sort of grow all together, don't they, as one?
Yeah.
Like really thin and now getting fatter. It's really weird.
Is it like when you blow one of them long balloons up?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly like that. Because they're like the more stripy ones rather than the dark green. They've got
I know what you mean, yeah.
the lime green down the middle. So
That's it, River Cottage and River Cottage HQ, yeah. That's right. We've been to River Cottage HQ where he is now. Joe's got 4 courgettes still on the plant now, Mark. What's going on?
Yeah. See?
Marrow chutney's away, amazing. I'll send you the recipe. Oh yes, please, Jenny. That'd be great. I've got 4 out there, and I keep whenever I get them, let them get too big. I don't do nothing with them. They go rotten, and I put them on the muck heap.
Marrow lasagna. Was it 2 girls, 1 plot that we're talking about? Courgette.
They love marrows.
Cake, courgette brownie.
Yeah.
Or was that Charlotte? Somebody on Instagram was talking about courgette brownie, and they're never going to eat anything else.
I bet it's moist, isn't it? That's the thing. It makes it the cake really moist. We had a few boltardi seeds and still got loads of beetroot. It was Charlotte.
It was Charlotte.
Marrow lasagna. I've had loads of courgettes. Oh, it must be the seeds, Mark. I reckon. Must be the seeds.
Well, I don't think I had any, or I did have some, and they all got eaten. So then I bought the she grows veg ones later. So they obviously took a while to get going, but they've been completely left alone by slugs. Those ones. So I'll, if I manage to get a courgette, I'll definitely grow them earlier next year, and hopefully.
So I think I said ages ago, I had 2 climbing varieties. Yeah. One's called Black Forest and one's called Starship or something. But they don't really climb. They still haven't climbed. I haven't had a single courgette which is up over the arch. Really? They're all down. They just go the other way, away from the arch, across the 2 beds.
We're not climbing. Shut up.
Yeah, stop that.
We're going to do the opposite of what you want us to do.
Must have been lucky to have loads of courgettes. I've had plenty. I've had absolutely plenty. Chili is only just thinking about flowering. I've got plenty of chilies on. My chilies are not doing too bad. Shooting Star, that's the one, Jenny. Shooting Star. Yeah, well done. But it's still.
I didn't bother growing any chilies.
You haven't?
I've still got a freezer full from last year because they went absolutely mad last year. I was like,
I've got dried ones.
I don't need any more.
Yeah, I've got loads of dried ones. But it's the same old. I've got some seeds there, so you sow them, and I can't throw the seedlings away.
I never have any success growing them from seed anyway. I've always just bought plants.
Have you?
Yeah. Whenever I've grown them from seed, they get to about that big and then stop or get eaten. Knowing this year.
I hope it's going to be a bit better year next year.
I don't know. It's just so worrying. You're seeing all this stuff about the butterflies and insects, and I think, where are we heading? Because there's definitely a scary lack of insects this year, and I think that's the problem with a lot of stuff not growing as well. Like stuff's not being germinated. Like I've had a squash plants full of flowers, and none of them are getting germinated by anything.
Pollinated,
Pollinated by anything.
But you need to have the males and females. Are you checking if you got both?
Yeah, definitely got both, but it's just there's just so little.
Well, you got to do the whole thing then, haven't you? Pick them off and do a bit of squash naughties.
Yeah, I guess the tomatoes have all been germinated, so there must be some insect.
There must be something about, isn't it? Yeah, that's the thing. I know. Right, for a while, I was thinking, oh God, there's nothing about. But all of a sudden, especially the bloody cabbage whites, absolutely millions of them.
I must say, I've seen a lot of cabbage white in the last few weeks.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
So they must be maybe a few weeks later than what they usually are.
Yeah. Joe's hand pollinated.
Yeah. Joe's done the same, hand pollinated it, because whatever's usually pollinating it is.
Yeah. I told our friends that little garden I set up for our friends. She had some butternut squash, and she said, "Oh, there's nothing coming." I said, "You need to hand pollinate it," and she was disgusted. I said, "The one with the sticky up bit, you got to put it in that bit." And she's going, I use dry chilies to hang the deterred pigeons. Hang them where? Oh, wow. Yeah, I must admit, I haven't seen many other butterflies apart from bloody cabbage white.
I'm hoping that it's the wetness rather than anything untoward. I mean, there is obviously the untoward things of people putting chemicals inside plants and all that sort of nonsense. But it was such a wet.
It's been shocking. All the way through spring. We didn't have much of a summer. I know we had a few warm days here and there, but it's not been a proper
lack
summer.
Of sunshine as well.
Yeah.
Have you had any of the rain on Monday? I missed you as well.
Yeah. Nothing.
Apparently, we're going to get it on Thursday.
Yeah, I think it says we're going to get some rain tomorrow, but then it said we're going to get rain Monday and Tuesday, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
We always miss loads.
Yeah, it got London, didn't it? It sort of came up and around
Did you see Bedford? Oh my God, on the news. Bedford there was a housing estate, and it must have been 3 foot of water going down in the garages and the houses. Yeah. A new build, but I suppose it's because they build them on floodplains.
Yes, and they don't put decent. None of them have got gardens, so it's all hard landscaping. So it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. It just sits.
Yeah. Everyone's had loads around. Yeah, we had some last night through the night, but not like.
It wasn't heavy, was it? It was
somewhere they had 133 mil since Saturday or something. Bloody hell!
Well, there was a garden designer that posted on their stories that they had to pull over because the rain was that heavy, and they pulled over and took shelter in some random B&B or something because the rain was that heavy, and then the B&B flooded while she was sheltering there. There was that bad the rain. So then she was helping them bucket out all the water afterwards.
Not been good, has it? Not been good. We're always lucky over here in Norfolk. You've been lucky this time, but you weren't last year.
Well, I was saying to Steph the other day, this sort of time last year, we had a weather event very similar to what's been going on this week.
Yeah,
and that was when our veg garden flooded, and it
was at the start.
It didn't go down until May or whenever it was. Yeah. On and off all winter, most of the time. Significantly flooded. I was saying to her, if we do get what they're saying we're going to get, it'll be underwater again.
What have you done to combat it?
Nothing, really. I've just not had time.
That's the thing, isn't it? There's so many plans. There's so many everything, not just your garden. Whatever you do in life, what do that, what do that. There's no time to do any of it.
Especially when you're working for a living.
Exactly.
If you're retired or you've got the luxury of not being able to work.
Yeah, you can get so much done.
Get so much done, but working 5 days a week, physical work, you come home and you don't want to go down the end of your garden and start digging ditches.
No. Torrential rain here in Oxfordshire today. Luckily, that one's on the slope. That's the thing. I was talking to Dawn earlier. What's her handle called?
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
Well,
She said she's not going to grow anything over from now, except she's going to leave it in case it floods like last year again. You can see why.
see, Newcastle were supposed to be playing tonight, but they were playing at Wimbledon, which is in London, and not the tennis ground, as George said. George was like, why are they playing at the tennis ground? Like, different Wimbledon, George. Their ground flooded, so the pitch, I think they had a sinkhole in one corner of the pitch because the river burst its banks, and they had to have 100,000 litres of water pumped out of the ground.
Oh my God.
Which is an
lot.
obscene amount of water. Yeah.
That is.
So, yeah, they won't be playing at home anytime soon.
Yeah, it's been bad. Some nice night tonight, though. What temperature is it? We're about 13 degrees.
Yeah, they're talking about it dropping on Friday again, down to 3.
Dark skies, lovely.
Tree.
Apple trees looking nice.
We had lots of apples off of it.
Oh, millions of the bloody things. I keep giving them away.
What sort of apples are they? Are they cooking?
Yeah, this one here's a Bramley.
Yeah.
And the one behind it over that way is an eater of some description. I don't know what it is, but these Bramleys are brilliant. They're like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely like that.
Yeah.
And if you get the ones which are close to the outside, it's had the sun. They're going red.
Okay.
You get a red tinge to them, and they start to get slightly sweet as well, which they would do, wouldn't they? Yeah.
6 degrees.
Nice thing stopped again.
Yeah, Jenny said.
Oh God.
Jenny said the Butterfly Charity has written an open letter to the government declaring a butterfly and moth emergency. Please sign if you can.
All right. Okay.
I'll put that in the description as well.
Send us a link, Jenny.
Yeah. Joe also said Daniel at Middleton's had a lot of rain because his drains and everything that he's cleared out has performed well, which is good. Joe's doing all that hard work.
That's a lot of the work. That's a lot of problems because they don't clear ditches and drains like they used to.
Right. Well, we're still waiting for the Environment Agency at work. I know they're about because I can hear the digger. But
you said that last week to me.
Yeah, they're still not come, but they're about.
Yeah, they've done ours a couple of weeks back because it's Environment Agency that do ours. Well, I'd say it's ours, not ours. The other side of there, but they come and done ours a couple of weeks ago.
Well, if it's the same people, it's going to take them a while to get all the way to Leeds. There's a lot of ditches between here and there.
Especially in a digger. Oh my God, they do about 10 mile an hour. Oh, what are you got for the rest of the week then?
Well, it all depends on the weather, I guess, because if it's absolutely bucketing it down, we won't be able to rake meadows and scarify and all the rest of it. It'll be get the kettle on and let's have some biscuits.
Lovely. Wicked. Well, I've had a bit of a different couple of days. I'm building a shed for someone and I've been concreting today.
That's almost gardening.
Concrete. I know, yeah. I was doing all the shuttering yesterday and I had the concrete lorry turn up today and I've done a little concrete base. And then I won't be able to do it for the next few days because obviously it's got dry, but I think it's going to rain a lot. I've got to build her a shed for her 2 ride-ons. Yeah.
Has it got electrics in it?
I will put something in for her, yeah. Just a little. She just wants a socket so she can put a trickle charge on for the winter.
How many ride-ons does one person need?
I know. She's got 2. I don't know why. 2 different sizes. I haven't asked because I don't want her to say, "Oh, I won't have a shed." Because
Stop you.
Just take my work away from me. But just doing that's a bit different, and it's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Normally at work, I'm going, "Oh God, work," but just doing that, just constant. Don't even think about it. But it's hard. Again, it's hard work. Digging and pulling, raking concrete and shoveling and everything. It's completely different type of work.
Yeah, a bit like when you came to help me. I put you to work digging out.
Did. And you'd done my elbow in as well.
However.
Yeah. Well, you didn't. I did. Bashing all them bloody tree roots with a shovel.
Oh God.
It still hurts now.
I had a sore wrist think I got a spike in my wrist after doing those. Those blooming spikes on those were.
I think you just bang, in it constantly, and it just sends it up there. Chris said he can't do it too much because that hurts his arms.
Yeah.
But shouldn't do it. Just get a saw in there and cut them off, I suppose.
Well, we got the
lazy.
digger. We got the tractor in there and hoiked
that thing
that
shoved it out, didn't it?
Yeah. Much easier than trying to dig it out by hand.
Yeah. I don't know whether my comments aren't working, Mark.
Jenny said a farmer near us has dug his ditch out and then cut the hedge. The hedge cuttings laid in the ditch. Water will go through, but the soil, straw, and leaves can't. Natural filter. Or natural dam.
That will. That will just soon build up and stop, won't it? They come here with this big. The digger's got it's massive. It must be 6 meters. It's just like a big scrapey bucket, and they pull it all out.
Yeah.
And then,
the one that comes got like a hedge cutter on the front of it.
It just sits on the side. They just plop it all on the side and then let it all drain back in again.
Like a mat there, like one of those 360 massive things.
Yeah.
You see it coming like a dinosaur.
They're huge. Absolutely massive. I love playing with diggers.
Yeah. If only I could get one of them in my garden, I'd dig a ditch within minutes. Whereas if I tried to do it all by hand, it'll be
that's horrible, isn't it?
And a half.
Just even thinking about it, I bet it's just
Well, the thing is, I want to get these meadows done, so I'm sort of prioritising doing that at the moment because I know that'll give me, a lot of pleasure to see that all looking nice.
Yeah.
And maybe just I don't know, it'll get there. I'll just have to do things differently.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you don't really use your veg garden. Although it looks horrendous, it is it's the best time for it to be flooded because you haven't got anything in. At least I've got my polytunnel now. Whereas last year I literally had my veg garden was flooded, my polytunnel had fallen to bits. It was just really disheartening. So tomatoes. Give me how many I've had off of these. It's made up for the rest of it being so crap. Yeah. And my asparagus was still good, and my blackberries were still good.
Oh, that's good. Asparagus, because was that bed underwater for all that time?
No, that bed was actually that's on the far side. So that was it. I think maybe a couple of days it was over the top of it, but it was mostly out. It is in a raised bed, so it was absolutely fine this year. So I was mega worried about that being ruined. That is so productive, having the asparagus. And again, that's one of those things that saves you a fortune at the shops because it costs a fortune.
And it's not an overnight thing to set up, is it? It's a 3-year thing. Yeah.
Well, if you get the crowns, if you're doing it from seed, it takes 5 years.
And I've been saying for the last 2 years, I might do an asparagus bed. I would have been harvesting next year. Yeah, never mind.
One of these years you'll do it.
Yeah, might do it this year.
I think you can actually buy mature crowns now that are potted that you can harvest within a year.
Right.
So they're much more. I mean, they'll cost a lot, but it cuts out that sort of, I can't do anything for 3 years.
Asparagus, delicious. Oh, it's the best thing.
And fresh asparagus from your own garden that you literally walk down there, cut off, walk back to the house, thrown it on the barbecue or thrown it in a pan.
Lovely.
Bit of oil, bit of lemon, and salt and pepper, and that's it. Within 15 minutes, you're eating it.
You can't beat harvesting and cooking it instantly.
Well, it's like tomatoes. Pull a tomato off, you can eat it. There's nothing better than it's like when you got your blackberries or strawberries. That feeling of just taking something off of a plant straight in your mouth. Yeah. Same with peas, anything like that.
Anything.
It's just beautiful. That
I
is
honestly
why.
think, apart from tomatoes, my favourite thing, because tomatoes, absolutely love tomatoes. My favourite thing to eat straight off the plant is my sweet corn.
Yeah.
Raw, rip it open and eat it there and then. It is just phenomenal taste. Without even cooking it.
I need to do sweet corn. I've never. I think we did it the first year when we first did the veg garden, and had some success. But the thing for me is, it's so late. But then you can freeze it.
Mm.
You can just freeze it whole, can't you? So
that's what I did. I just chucked them in a big pan of boiling water just for a couple of minutes and then froze it.
Yeah.
And I will be again because they've still got loads out there.
Yeah. I think next year
I need to get them off soon. Need to get them off in the next couple of weeks, or they'll start to go over.
Have you ever done any of the sort of like different coloured ones? Because there's loads of people.
No, I keep seeing it. That's mainly for popping popcorn, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think She Grows Veg does a variety that's like an heirloom one that's actual sweet corn.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I'll have to have a look.
I don't think it's coloured, but it's not multicoloured, but it's like purple or something, like what it's meant to be. Fiesta.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I haven't used it, but my She Grows Veg. Oh God, ruby. What are they called? Them beans? Ruby. Ruby. Hyacinth beans. They're now coming. They're so late, but I've got pods which are an inch now.
Yeah. What were the flowers like on that?
Oh, beautiful.
They were supposed to be. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Really nice. And I've got it's all grown. So I've got 2 of the 3 sisters.
I think that's the problem with gardening. So many people, as soon as you get to the end of August, it's like that's the end of the season. And it's like, no. It's really not. Like September is probably one of the best months for gardening in terms of harvests, and then October's still warm enough. As long as we don't get early frosts, you can still be harvesting, and there's plenty about.
You can, and like all them lettuces and things I'm going to put in after Sunday.
Yeah,
they're there. Chard sits there. Beetroot sits there. You can have your carrots and parsnips in the ground. They'll sit there. They won't hurt.
Yeah, and you've got all your biennials that you can be sowing now if you're a flower grower like Joe. I've been doing foxgloves and stuff at work.
I pulled my first 2 parsnips of this year, and they're brilliant. I'm so pleased with them because I've struggled every year with parsnips, but they're absolutely lovely.
Are they the ones that you pre-germinated?
I done them under the plank of wood.
Okay. And that worked?
So I sowed them and give them a good drench and put a plank over them so that no sun got to it, just so it kept really moist.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they dry off, that's it, gone. Yeah. No chance.
See, I've never had much success. Well, actually, we did one year, and ever since then, I've not had success. So it was obviously a good year but yeah, I'll have to try the plank trick.
Yeah, it worked. It really worked.
And
I put another row in and nothing, not a single thing come up without the plank.
Yeah.
So,
and how do you know when to take the plank off?
After 21 days.
Right.
That's the germination time, 21 days.
And when you took the plank off, was there any growth? Yeah.
Just
they
minute, but then you still got to keep them wet for a couple of weeks after that. But as soon as they get that taproot going down, they're fine.
Yeah. Biennials are all in the ground.
I ain't done any really, no flowers. I want to have a big old mix up in the actual garden this year as well, because I haven't really touched it this year. Last year it was absolutely beautiful and the dahlias were amazing, but dahlias have been shit this year. The only dahlias I got is these few round on this bed. There's a couple over there, but I must have had 20 different dahlias last year. I've got about 6.
I think again it's been a bad
not
year.
Been very happy.
Hang on, let me go get something.
Oh, what's he gonna get? What's he gonna get? I'll do a hat change. See if he notices. I brought it out just in case I got cold. Has he gone? Don't leave me talking to myself.
Yeah.
All right,
So
Wally.
I don't know whether you saw that. I think, did I share this or not? I can't remember. But Kim was talking about dahlias the other day.
Right. You're joking, aren't you?
And this is a bucket which I threw stuff away in and has been sat ready to, and I haven't put it in the compost.
What is it?
I'll take you off and turn you around.
Dahlia curtains.
So
oh, you did say about that.
there was a dahlia that I'd given up on because every time it grew any foliage, the slugs had it off.
You did say about that.
Past this bucket. I'm a dahlia. So it's growing out of a bucket full of weeds. I'm just
exactly.
like, well done. Will it get a flower on it? I very much doubt it. But
doubt it now.
Got to admire its tenacity.
It's done well.
So yeah, finally growing a dahlia. It's only taken most of the year.
What? Do you have dahlias at work? Do you put dahlias in at work?
I did last year, and then I left them all in the ground, and they tried to come back, but the slugs just ate them. But I noticed one in the border at home actually that's just starting to grow because it's finally being left alone. that I'd left in the ground. So it's just the slugs this year. They've been unreal. Yeah. Never known anything like it.
No, it's been really, really bad.
Yeah,
really bad.
Joe said keep the tuber and repot it next spring. Yeah, and hope for a better year.
Be a good one. We will hope for a better year.
Can't be any worse. Well, I suppose it could. What secateurs do you use? Somebody's asked.
I've got Milwaukee ones.
Yeah, I used to use Felco for a long, long time, but recently I've moved on to using Milwaukee. You've got the smaller ones. I've got the bigger neck size up.
Yeah.
Which they are good. I mean, they stay sharp for a lot longer than Alcos.
Mega sharp. The only thing I think I was saying before about them they're not there, but I would like some with the handles splay a little bit because sometimes I feel my hands slipping down. And
the bigger ones are slightly more the smaller ones are more streamlined, whereas the bigger ones are slightly chunkier.
Yeah,
I think they are better.
Oh, they're lovely. They're lovely things.
I don't think I've got them down here. No, I've only got my little snips.
I've got the wacky snips as well. Yeah, very similar to that.
Yeah. Cool.
Right, Marky, I'm going.
You going? It's cold.
Tea time. I haven't to eat yet. Different to eat.
The battery powered secateurs are good.
Oh God, I want some of them. I keep seeing them.
Yeah, I've got Ryobi ones. George loves them. It's really good for George because he really struggles with secateurs because of only having one hand. So
I want some for when I trim the apple tree later on.
Yeah, definitely save your hands when you're doing lots of trimming. Yeah. So yes.
Yeah, they'll be really good.
Right. Thank you everybody for tuning in and for everybody that joined in.
I'm at Swaffham Assembly Rooms on Sunday if anybody wants to pop over, Joe.
Is that further south from me?
Yeah.
I'm not coming all that way then.
It's further away. It's about another 15 minutes.
Oh, on Saturday I'm doing a willow workshop with my mum. We're making a stag's head out of willow so that you'll see photos and videos of that. So
that'd be good.
Might have it displayed somewhere in here next week.
Brilliant. Okay, lovely. Thanks so much, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
See you later.
Thank you for listening to Through the Garden Gate.